Hello guys, and welcome back to the Watch Addict channel. Today we're taking a look at the William L. 1985 diving watch. Now this is a watch that was inspired by 70s diving watches, as you can tell. It's in a much smaller size, and it definitely resembles them quite well. I actually do own a vintage diving watch from, I believe, Lucerne. It's a Swiss brand, and kind of resembles this a little bit in a way. Anyway guys, William L. 1985 was actually started by a man who worked in the actual Swiss watchmaking industry for many years, and then he kind of wanted to do things his own way, so he went out and created his own brand, which is William L. 1985. Now this watch is comprised of complete 316L stainless steel all around. Now we also do get a unidirectional 120 click rotating bezel, which is a pleasure to rotate. It's actually a really nice bezel action on this piece. Now in terms of diameter, we are looking at 38.5 millimeters, so it is a bit smaller. I know there's a lot of people in the watch community that, really appreciate smaller watches that are more true to the era of vintage diving watches, and some of them are even made in 40 millimeter cases, which is not so true. Some of the older, especially the Swiss-made ones, were really small. Even like 36 millimeter divers, for example, the Tudor divers were very small back then, the mini subs, and all of those. But yeah, at 38.5 millimeters, it's definitely staying true to what it's being themed after, and I do appreciate that. Now, in terms of lug to lug, we're looking at 44 millimeters. We do have an 18 millimeter lug width here. Definitely a nice cushion case, as you can see, which is completely brushed. Case back is polished, but we'll get to that in a second. Now, we do have a screw down crown with a date over at 3 o'clock and a white window, as you can see. We do have that nice hint of orange on the applied markers going around the dial, which also really, really helps with the vintage theme here. The William L in white below the 12 o'clock is printed on. We do have automatic above the 6 o'clock position as well. Now we do get a screw down crown with about 10 ATMs or 100 meters of water resistance here. Now, yeah, I think that's pretty good. Definitely a watch capable of going underwater. We do get a screw down crown, of course. Nice little pop out there. The crown is signed with a W for William, which is pretty nice. Now, inside of this watch, what movement do we have in here? We do have an Seiko NH35A movement. It's an automatic movement, hand winding, hackable. Most of you guys probably know about this movement. I've reviewed this movement a lot in a lot of different watches. It's a great movement. It's very accurate, reliable, easy to service. If it breaks down, it's really easy to fix. You can probably even fix them yourself. They're not too complicated. Or even if you want to regulate the movement yourself, you can do that yourself as well. Now, I'm going to go ahead and wind this up, or give it some power here. Here we go, and that nice orange seconds hand is going to start sweeping. Looks really nice. First position, I'm going to pull out. We do get the date, nice quick set date here. Now, final position is your hacking position, as you see. And we can set the time here. The time set's pretty nice, I must say. Very precise. Nice little pop there, I do like that. Go ahead and screw the crown back in. And yeah, everything functions very nicely there. Now we do get a Tropic strap, if you guys did not notice. Now lately, I've been going crazy over these Tropic straps. I really like them. They're kind of retro-inspired, I'd say. The newer ones, at least. And they're really nice. They're flexible, they're comfortable. You get this nice pattern on the front with perforated holes, especially if you're sweating. Definitely give you some air there. And yeah, it's just a really nice flexible strap. On the back you do have some texture here, as you can see. Very nice. We get two keepers over here. Then we get a signed brushed buckle with WL. Now the case back, we do have the sticker on there, as you can see. And that does say QC. I believe that's for quality control. So this definitely was tested for quality control. Pretty standard Seiko NH35 movement with an exhibition case back. Now they did sign the rotor William L 1985, which is a nice little touch. And they also did put some information: water resistant, 100 meters, stainless steel, Japanese automatic, sapphire crystal. And also, guys, this is a quick release Tropic strap. So you can change the strap really quick. Now, in terms of the crystal on this watch, we do get a sapphire crystal. Now, some other stuff about this watch. Well, the bezel action. Let's get to the bezel action. Not really any play there, guys. No play at all. Very nice bezel action. I do like this. Everything lines up perfectly, which I do like. Now, in terms of the lume on this watch, guys, we do get Super Luminova, which is really bright. The lume works really well on this watch. I'm going to get you guys a nice lume shot right now, and I'll be right back. Here is a nice lume shot for you guys. As you can see, it's super bright, guys. Super Luminova is really, really bright, and it does last for quite a long time. Definitely looks pretty good on this end. Now, here is the watch on my 6.25-inch wrist. And for being a 38.5 millimeter diameter, it fits very nicely. You know, it looks like just the perfect size, even though I do like my watches at 40 millimeters or a little bit above that maybe. But if you're looking for something a bit smaller, you know, a bit vintagey, a retro-inspired piece, or a vintage recreation, this is definitely for you. You know, it's a very well-built watch, I must say, from the bezel down to the finishing on the case. This nice brushed finish on this cushioned case here. You know, I think it looks pretty nice. Now, I believe this watch, the selling point is 349 euros, I'm pretty sure. Which, if you're not in Europe, you can translate that to US dollars. But, you know, it fits nice on the wrist. It's well built. It has a decent movement inside of it. The bezel action is really good. It has some great lume on it. There's nothing really wrong with it. You know, in terms of the fit and finish, the build quality, the movement, nothing like that. The bezel action is really good. I don't really see anything wrong with it. This watch kind of really surprised me. I had no idea what to expect. I've never dealt with this brand before, but hey, definitely a really nice watch, guys. And I'll leave their website in the description below if you want to head over there and pick up one of the watches. I believe there's like 4 or 5 different variations, even a black one, and some different strap options as well. That's pretty much going to be it for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely throw me a like, leave me a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of the William L. Diver. Also, guys, please do check out my blog at www.watchaddictchannel.com. I'll leave a link in the description below. It's a pretty cool blog that I started. It's not 100% complete yet, but it's getting there. There are a couple watch reviews up for your reading. And that's pretty much going to be it for today, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.